Hello guys, let's take a look at some of the latest happening in the transfer market. Let's dive straight into it. Check this out coming from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea offered a chance to include player in Garnacho talks, Viga, Nkunku, Jackson or Dezazi. United wants money and rejected this opportunity. Chelsea want to pay around £30 million. Manchester United wants £50 million. Alejandro is working hard and being attentive to his phone in case he gets a call to travel for medical. Maresca has a plan for Alejandro and his development. Fabrizio Romano went on to say Alejandro Garnacho getting closer and closer to joining Chelsea. Clubs are now actively in talks to reach an agreement. Chelsea are now accelerating and want to get it done, entering final stages of this story. Other clubs, no chance. Garnacho wants Chelsea and has agreed all terms on his contract. This is interesting to see. Chelsea are actually accelerating everything now in the transfer of Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. And it's always been interesting to hear the player said he wants Chelsea and Chelsea alone. He did not give Manchester United the chance to even listen to offer from other clubs, and that has been his stand. Alejandro Garnacho has been desperate on a move to Chelsea. In fact, literally is begging to come to Chelsea. And Alejandro and Enzo Maresca have said he is interested in the player and his development and that he has a plan for him. So Alejandro Garnacho move to Chelsea is not just his own personal interest, but Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca insists that he has a plan for Alejandro Garnacho. We'll see how this is going to play out in the coming days. But one thing is clear. Alejandro Garnacho has a message for Manchester United. And here is the message. Check this out. Garnacho message to Man United. Chelsea, or I stay here and don't play football for 6 to 12 months. Alejandro Garnacho is really pushing for a move to Chelsea. And it's interesting to see. And I just hope and believe that when this move is done, Alejandro Garnacho will definitely turn to be a different player than he was in Manchester United. What do you make of Alejandro Garnacho's situation in forcing a move to Chelsea? Drop your comment down below. Let the conversation continue from there. Let's take a look at the situation surrounding the Champions League winning goalkeeper, talking about Gianluigi Donnarumma. Here's the latest report on Donnarouma. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. Paris Saint-Germain exclude Gigi Donnarumma from their squad for Uefa Super Cup. Donnarouma will not sign new deal at PSG. There is no agreement and he will 100% leave the club this summer or in 2026 as free agent. Gigi camps feel it's unfair situation for the goalkeeper. This is the Champions League winning goalkeeper and the Club World Cup finalist goalkeeper who was in between the sticks for Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea in the Club World Cup final. And Chelsea went on to defeat Paris Saint-Germain 3-0. And after that competition, everything between Donnarouma and PSG have not been going smoothly. And now they have stated it that it is 100% that Gianluigi Donnarumma will leave the club. If not this summer, he will leave in 2026 as a free agent, as he has just 1 year left in his contract. But I want to believe and agree with what I might not have a full picture of what have actually transpired between Donnarouma and Paris Saint-Germain, but reports have it that the camp of Donnarouma feels the treatment meted on the goalkeeper is really unfair. What do you think of the situation? Let's get the detail of all of this happening. Take a look at the latest report concerning Donnarouma. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. Gianluigi Donnarumma will leave Paris Saint-Germain for sure. Most likely this or eventually next summer. The relationship is completely broken after club decide to exclude Gigi from their squad for Super Cup. Understand, Premier League is the most likely destination. According to Fabrizio Romano, the relationship between Gianluigi Donnarumma and Paris Saint-Germain is completely broken. And it is sure that Donnarouma will leave Paris Saint-Germain. If not this summer, next summer. And next summer, I will definitely be leaving as a free agent. But one interesting thing they have stated here is English Premier League clubs are interested in the Paris Saint-Germain shortstopper. Which Premier League club is that? Let's take a look at the report as it's coming in. Check this out. Donnarouma disappointed after not having the chance to be part of PSG squad for the Super Cup. He is expected to clarify his position after PSG decision, after no agreement over new deal, plus Lucas Chevalier joining, Guigui 100% leaving the club. There have been no clarification between Paris Saint-Germain and Donnarouma over a new deal. And what have actually made the goalkeeper to be very angry is when he was excluded for the Uefa Cup that will be taking place tomorrow between Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham Hotspur. Donnarouma was excluded from the squad by Luis Enrique, the Paris Saint-Germain manager. And ever since that exclusion, the relationship between Donnarouma and Paris Saint-Germain has broken, as reported. And it is pretty sure, 100% sure, as the report has stated, that Donnarouma will leave Paris Saint-Germain. Check the latest report coming in again. Florent Plattenberg from Sky Sport. Paris Saint-Germain have excluded Donnarouma from their squad for the UEFA Super Cup. The top goalkeeper will not sign a new deal with Paris Saint-Germain, and the club expected him to leave this summer as he is already in contact and in talks with multiple clubs. His contract expires next year. Lucas Chevalier is said to be Paris Saint-Germain #1 for the upcoming season. Virtually all the media houses are reporting exactly the same thing. Donnarouma to leave Paris Saint-Germain this season. And one thing that has made it evidently clear that he will leave, he has been demoted because Paris Saint-Germain have signed Lucas Chevalier from Lille, and they have made him their #1 shortstopper come next season. So, it is very likely Donnarouma will leave Paris Saint-Germain this summer. And like the report have it, the likely destination is the Premier League, and the Premier League clubs have come knocking. And which Premier League club is that? Take a look at this report. Chelsea and Manchester United have inquired about Donnarouma in recent hours. No concrete offers so far. I can talk about Chelsea Football Club, but the situation at Manchester United and their goalkeeping position, I really cannot say whether they are keeping Onana as first choice or they have an alternative to go with. For Chelsea, it was stated that Chelsea don't need a goalkeeper. The club said that they are very much okay with Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen, and that has been the stand on Chelsea. So the report here now saying that Chelsea and Manchester United are interested in Donnarouma. This is football, and this is the transfer market. Speculations fly around, and we don't know which one can be true. But let's see how this play out in the coming days. The transfer window still have less than 3 weeks to go. Now, check this out as coming from Fabrizio Romano, a clarification on the side of Chelsea. Chelsea are not in active talk to sign Donnarouma despite links. He is not a target as Chelsea are happy with their goalkeepers. This is reported by Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea are not interested in signing Donnarouma despite having been linked. And Chelsea went on to state that they are very much happy with their goalkeepers, talking about Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen. And I think so far, what we have seen from the Club World Cup and even to the 2 preseason friendly matches we have played, the 2 goalkeepers have been in great form. And we hope to see them continue in that when the EPL season kick off. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in my next video. Bye.